Most single mothers have one thing in common, and that one thing they have in common is irresponsible baby daddies. I have seen some pages dedicated into bashing, especially black single mothers. And I'm like, why are these people not blaming the men too? Now, not all single mothers were stupid and dumb enough to have a baby because of a one night stand or some fling through a fling. Some baby mothers had meaningful long relationship with their baby daddies until pregnancy came in and the baby daddy bolted. Some men love bomb these women, making these women think that they are responsible, that they will be there. But then when things started getting really serious, then they bailed out. So it is really not fair to blame single mothers for not having the sense, not having the sense and picking lousy men to have kids with. I mean, how would you know? Some of these men are great actors, okay? Some of these men are such good actors. They're great at pretending. They can love bomb you. They can make you think that they care about you. They can be sweet, responsible, respectful, all the kind things until a pregnancy sets in. And sometimes some of these baby daddies convince their baby mothers that they will take care of the child until the child comes into the world. Then they bolt. They really run away and leave the woman. And now the woman has to hustle and take care of a child and then also deal with society's scrutiny and judgment, as if she is the only person who did something wrong. Why is it that only single mothers are blamed for having a child out of wedlock? What about the man? A man rarely faces consequences for their actions of abandoning their child, and it's just really crazy. It's such a double standard. It was a man and a woman who did the deed and had a baby, but somehow it is the woman's fault for picking an irresponsible man. How do you know if the man was irresponsible? How do you know if they were not in a relationship for a long time? How do you know that the man did not deceive the woman? And sometimes some women fall victim into these men. Some of these men are married and pretend to be single, and they are all lovey-doveys with these girls. And so when a pregnancy comes in, and then they start telling the truth, and they'll be like, oh, I'm married, I'm this and that, so you can't have the child, you have to abort it. Some of these women, because of their religion, they decided to keep the child, and so they struggle a lot. Already they're going through a whole lot having a child by themselves, and then they are also having to deal with society's criticisms, which is actually a lot. I know some pages on Facebook and Instagram dedicated into bashing the black woman. It is called the Kevin Samuels group. They are just always bashing a single mother, as if a single mother was the only person in such a situation. First of all, I do agree to some of their logic, because you should know that before you're gonna give birth to a child, you have to know who the man you're gonna have a child, who he is, his financial situation, whether he's married or not. And then if you go ahead and have a child, then the child will suffer, and you the mother might be resentful towards the child. But this is not always the case. You know, sometimes a woman will have a meaningful relationship. Sometimes a woman will have a really loving relationship with a man, and the man will suddenly change their personality, their attitude. It's like they hate you after you have a child, and it is really, really crazy towards these poor women. We need to give these women some saving grace. They're going through a whole lot that you people don't know about. You should stop judging all single mothers. Not all single mothers are the same. Most single mothers are responsible. Most single mothers are educated and doing their thing, grinding and working. Most single mothers were really in love with their baby daddies, and so they were taken advantage of by these men. No one set out to become a single mother. Who wants that? Everybody wants a loving relationship and a loving family. But unfortunately, the whole partner in this ordeal just gets up and run away. And some of these men get away with it because they feel like their child would grow up and come and look for them. So they are very happy to leave their kids with these women, not understanding that these women are hustling, are working so hard, are being burdened with their children. And it is really evil for a man to do such a thing. It's evil to leave your child and run away thinking that their mother will take care of them, and then when they grow up, they'll come and look for you. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it does happen. And sometimes it is really hard on the mother seeing their grown-up children going to look for their deadbeat dads. It is sad, but sometimes some fathers claim that they leave because of the mothers, which is not always true. But it does happen in an instance. I'm not bashing all the men who have run away. Okay, I am. No matter what happened, you should never abandon your child. No matter how wicked your baby, no matter how disrespectful your baby mother is, no matter how wicked they are, no matter how mean and how dramatic they are, that should never be a reason for you to abandon your child. Your child is your own flesh and blood. Your child should be your first priority. You should do anything to make sure that your child is living well. Don't burden their mother. Do you know what the mother is doing? Sometimes you leave your child with your mother thinking the mother will take care of them, and then the mother will grow resentful of that child because she doesn't have her freedom anymore. She needs to work overtime. And so this does not create a safe environment to the mom or to the kids. And going through pregnancy is a whole lot of ordeal. Some women lose their teeth, some lose some go a little crazy, some have postnatal depression, which is borderline mental illness. Some women sort of break their pelvis or whatsoever. It's a whole lot of complications after pregnancy, and it's really, really sad that a woman have to deal with this alone, and then the man will be there somewhere playing hide and seek with the baby mama. It is wrong. Nothing can justify you leaving your kids. Single mothers deserve grace too. Single mothers go through a lot, and sometimes when you leave, you create such a toxic situation for the child and the mother that they grow up to resent their mother because their mother's never there. The mother is working, looking after them, and the mother is resentful towards them because you, the father, run away. So try and be a responsible person. If you have a child with someone, make sure you're looking after a child. Don't think the child is going to grow up and look for you. It might not happen, okay? It might not happen. Be responsible.